Hi, hello. Welcome to Wirecast Race Academy Bangalore. Today I am presenting IUPAC nomenclature of organic compounds. And in this chapter, I will give IUPAC system of nomenclature of organic compounds. There are certain rules to be followed in IUPAC nomenclature. So before that, we shall learn certain terms that we will start. Okay. What is this root word? What is that root word? Root word is nothing but the word root represents the number of carbon atoms in parent chain. The parent chain in the compound is actually selected by following certain rules as discussed later. For the chains up to 4 carbon atoms present, special root words are used. But for chains containing more than 4 carbon atoms, Greek numerals are used. So the general word root of different aliphatic compounds is alk. Alk. The word roots for carbon chains of different lengths are given. Now let us see what are those. Here, if you observe C1, word root is myth, chain is length is 9, then the word root is known. C2 with C3 prop, C4 but, C5 pent, C6 hex, C7 hept, C8 oct, C10 deck, C11 unideck, C12 dodeck, C13 trideck, C18 octodeck, C20 icodeck, C30 trident. Okay. In that way, we can understand what is exactly this root word. So hope you observed the first and fundamental of this word root discussion in this uh, page. Let us see the next one. What is primary suffix? The primary suffix is used to represent saturation or unsaturation in the carbon chain. While writing the name, primary suffix is added to the word root. As I said, word root is alk. Next, we will add primary suffix. And some of the primary suffixes now given below in this table. Let us see. We have saturated carbon chain. All the primary suffixes are AN for this. Unsaturated carbon chains are the double bonds are there between carbon atoms. The primary suffix is AEN. And double bond, 2 double bonds are there, diene. 3 are there, a triene. If a triple bond is there, ine. If 2 triple bonds are there, a diene. These are the generalizations only in this primary suffix. So now you have observed what is the primary suffix discussion. Let us see. What about the secondary suffix? What about the secondary suffix? What do you mean by secondary suffix is used to indicate functional group in the organic compound. It is added to primary suffix by dropping its terminal E. Terminal E is there in the primary suffix. That E will be dropped when we are adding secondary suffix. So secondary suffix for various functional groups we will see now in this tabular form. So let us see in this tabular form we have alcohols. General formula ROH, functional group OH, suffix is ol. So IUPAC's name of the family is alkanol. Alk is the word root and an is the primary suffix. When you are adding secondary suffix, then what happens? The E will be going and will get ol. Alkanol. Thioalcohol, RSH. SH is the functional group. Thiol. Alkane, thiol. Okay. Like that. Amines. RNH2, NH2, amine. Alkanamine. Aldehydes, RCHO, CHO, all. Alkanal. Ketones, RCOR. One. Alkanone. Carboxylic acids, RCOH. Oic acid. Alkanoic acid is the IUPAC name of the family. Amides or CONH2. CONH2 is the functional group. Amide is suffix. Alkanamide. Acid chlorides or COCl. COCl is the functional group of acid chlorides. Oil chlorides is the suffix. Alkanoil chloride is the IUPAC name of that family. Esters. General formula of esters is RCOR. Functional group is COOR. And suffix is OAT. IUPAC name is alkyl alkanoate. Nitriles RCN. Triple bond is there. CN is the functional group. Suffix is nitrile. Alkane nitrile is the IUPAC name of that family. So, after seeing the primary suffix and secondary suffix, we came to know that there are some important IUPAC functional groups are there and their names also we observed in this. Let us see the next one. Exactly what do you mean by a prefix? That also we will check it off. Here, you see, what is exactly prefix? A prefix is a part of the name which appears before the word root. We are not discussing about suffix. We are discussing about the prefix. Prefix is before the word root. Suffix will come after the word root. So, prefixes are used to represent the names of the alkyl groups of some functional groups as discussed now. Now we will see what is the concept of the prefix discussion. We will see that. That alkyl group is there. Suppose if you see, these are formed by the removal of hydrogen atom from alkanes and they are represented as CnH2n plus 1 bond or some alkyl groups along with their prefixes. Now we will see in a tabular column. Let us see this table form. Some alkyl groups along with their prefixes are there. We have methane alkane. Alkyl group formed is methyl CH3 bond. C2H6 is there alkane. CH3CH2 bond is there, that is ethyl. C3H8 is there, alkyl group C3CH2 bond, N propyl. C3H8 alkane is there. For that, one more isomer in the alkyl group is there, that is isopropyl. 1-methyl ethyl is also the name of this prefix. Hope you have observed. In this, we got some a good information about what is word root, what is the prefix, what is suffix, and their arrangement in the IUPAC name. Okay. Now let us see some functional groups. Actually, what are these? These are indicated by prefixes instead of secondary suffixes. These prefixes for various functional groups are now present in this table form. We'll see the functional groups which are always represented by prefixes. What are those functional groups? See, nitro, RNO2, nitroalkane is the name. So, alk is the word root. Before that, we are writing this nitro function group name. So, this is also one of the important fact we have to learn. Alkoxy is there, alkoxyalkane, chloro is there, chloroalkane, bromo, bromoalkane, iodoalkane, fluoroalkane, nitrosoalkane. See, before the word root, after the word root, also there are some possibilities are there to write the IUPAC name. These are most important in the discussion. Let us see another important thing here in this. We have a polyfunctional compound. If a polyfunctional group compound is there, means in a compound itself there are several functional groups are present, means more than one functional group is there. Then the compound with more than one functional group, one of the functional group is treated as a principal functional group and is indicated by secondary suffix, whereas other functional groups are treated as substituents indicated by prefixes. So here substituents will come first. After that word root, then after functional group, main functional group will come. So the prefixes of various functional groups, how they are present, we will see in this table form. So in this table form, we have a very good information regarding a functional group. OH is there, hydroxy. A functional group is OH name is hydroxy. CN is there, cyano. NC is there, isocyano. CHO, formyl. SH, mercapto. SR, alkyl thio. COH, carboxy. COOR, carboxy is the prefix. COCl, chloroformyl. CONH2, carbomyl. NH2, amino. Double NH, imino. CO, keto or oxo. See, quite different way of approach in this nomenclature of polyfunctional compounds are there, means how their prefixes can be pronounced. Okay, let us see the next one. Now we will see some arrangement of prefix, word root and suffix in naming an organic compound arrangement. So prefixes, word root, suffixes are arranged follows while writing the name. So prefix plus word root plus primary suffix plus secondary suffix. See how many parts of the IUPAC name is there to completely get an idea about this nomenclature. The following examples will illustrate. See, we have an example in this. If you see this example, in this example, we have methyl group is there. Here, we have function group COOH is there. And this substituent will become prefix. And as you know, there are 5 carbons are there in the chain, main chain. So that will become word root pent. And whatever primary suffix is there, the primary suffix is nothing but "-ane". Secondary suffix will become oic acid. Okay, oic acid is the secondary suffix and primary suffix is alkanes "-ane", and word root is pent. and methyl is the prefix. So what is the name of the compound is methyl pentanoic acid. Methyl pentanoic acid, 3-methyl pentanoic acid, as this the carbon number is 3. Okay, see the next one. We have CH3, CH double bond, CHO. So like this is there. In this, we came to know one thing, that in this example, chlorine is there. Chlorine is there in the third position. Okay. So that's why it is called as 3-chloro. 4 carbons are there mentioned, but ene. Ene is the primary suffix. All is the secondary suffix. So that's why its name is became 3-chloro. What is exactly the name? 3-chloro butene. Butanol. So that is the IUPAC name of the compound, butanol. Okay. Let us see another one. The next one. In this, the name of the compound, whatever the name of the organic compound is there, may or may not contain prefix or secondary suffix, but always contain word root and primary suffix. So whether we have primary prefix is there or secondary suffix is there, irrespective of that one, always some of the organic compounds contains word root and primary suffix is compulsory. In that we have an example here. You can see this example now. In this, CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3, butane is there. In this butane, word root, primary suffix, both are there. There is no prefix and there is no secondary suffix. Okay. Next, pentene 2. We have an example here, pentene 2. In that also, pent is word root, ene is primary suffix. Okay. Moving on to another example we have. See the second example. Numerical prefixes. What is the point in this is numerical prefixes such as di, tri, etc. are used before prefixes or secondary suffixes if the compound contains more than one similar substance or similar functional groups. So we can see here one example, 2,3 dimethyl butanoic acid. What is the 2 and 3? These are numerical prefixes. 2, 3 is there. So these are, after 2, 3 number we are using di here in this. Di is nothing but numerical prefix. Why? Because that methyl is coming 2 times. That's why we are telling 2, 3. What is 2, 3? The name is nothing but these are the carbon numbers which are bearing that methyl groups. So what is the exact name of this one is 2, 3 dimethyl butanoic acid, whereas di is the numerical prefix and methyl prefix and but is the word root and n is the primary suffix, oic acid is the secondary suffix. See another one, while adding the numerical prefix before secondary suffix, the terminal e of the primary suffix is not removed. See, be careful. We should be very accurate in this particular thing, that propane 1, 2 diol. We are not removing e from the n, that is primary suffix. Why? Because while adding the numerical prefix before the number secondary suffix, the terminal e of the primary suffix is not removed. So if secondary suffix is nothing but a numerical number is there, then there is then there is no need to remove the E from the primary suffix. So propane 1 comma 2 diol, in this name we are not removing E from the primary suffix. Likewise, we have COH, oxalic acid is there. Actually, its IUPAC name is ethane dioic acid. In that also we are not removing E from the N of the primary suffix. We are writing dioic acid. So, when the numerical secondary suffixes are coming, that time there is no removal of E from the primary suffix if it is there. Okay, so let us learn about some interesting things in the next page. So in this I have made a very good information for the third point, that is there are some cyclic alicyclic compounds are there. Separate secondary prefix cyclo is used. So usually methyl is the primary prefix. After that, here in the secondary prefix we are using cyclo. That is particularly for alicyclic compounds we will use it. So word root here depends upon the number of carbon atoms in the ring. Why? Because in the ring how many carbons are there? Outside the ring how many carbons are there? That is not required. In the ring how many carbons are there depends on that the word root will be developed. Means here we have 5 carbons are there in the ring. In this example, that's why we are calling it as a pent as the word root, and 2 methyl. After that we are using cyclo, and before the pent we are using cyclo. That's why we are calling it as a secondary prefix. What is secondary prefix for this alicyclic compounds is nothing but this cyclo. When a group is attached to the cyclic compound. So complete name of the compound is 2-methyl cyclopentanol. Pentanol. Can also call it as pentanol. Okay. Now let us see. Rules for IUPAC nomenclature. Rules for IUPAC nomenclature. Most important topic in this is this one. That is longest possible carbon chain rule. Longest possible chain rule. So the longest possible chain, continuous chain of carbon atoms containing main functional group, and also as many of the carbon multiple bonds is there, that is also said to be selected. This chain taken as parent chain, the name of the compound is derived from alkane having the same number of carbon atoms as per parent chain. See, we have interesting points are there in this one. That is a structure of the molecule. If you see, you can easily understand from this one. Here parent chain is there. Alkane from which name of the compound is derived also shown. If you see this example here, with CH3CH2, CH2. If you see long chain, how the long chain is selected. The long chain is selected in this direction. Okay, that contains 6 carbon atoms. We have 6 carbon atoms are in this. On third carbon we have methyl group is there. That is not considered in the long chain. Okay, that is an example. Likewise, we have one more example. Double bonds are there, multiple bonds are there. Including multiple bonds, anything is there, and we will leave that the other carbon, and we will take this one as the main parent chain. In the parent chain, double bond carbon are said to be given priority. So contains 4 carbon atoms in this example. We call it as butane. Butane is actually the alkane from which the compound is derived. That is the butane. Contains 4 carbon atoms. Let us see another example we have. Next point we have. In this point, we are going to learn about lowest possible number rule for longest carbon chain containing only substance and side chains. So sometimes what will happens, it will get an confusion also when we are not having an idea about what is this longest chain, how to select the longest chain. So longest chain is said to be selected is numbered from the end, which gives lowest number to the carbon bearing subchains or side chains. So what you understand from this one is when the long chain is selected, how we will select it? Number from the end which gives lowest number to the carbon bearing substrate. So here one CH3 group is attached. So that CH3 group attached carbon number should get lowest number. That is the meaning of it. Another one, what is the important point in this rule is the location of the substrate is indicated by a numeral which precedes the suffix. So the number should be definitely mentioned before the whatever suffix is there. Okay, the numerical is the number of carbon atoms to which a subchain side chain attached. We have example here 3-methyl heptane is there. In this 3-methyl heptane, numbering if you write from left to right or right to left, how it will be. I mean, this is nothing but right to left numbering. Here numbering is left to right. So left to right you are given, right to right you are writing, but the thing is nothing but when you write from right to left, this methyl group is getting lowest number is 3. That is the right way of giving the numbering to the compound. So that is the meaning of this one. Another point is the numbering is done from the right side to as it gives lowest number. That is the meaning. That's what I have already explained. Moving on to the next one. One more example we have in this 2,2 dimethyl hexane example how prepared. Why? Because when you start giving numbering from left to right, what will happen? This carbon will get a big number. From right to left, if you write, you got the second carbon. This carbon is the highest priority carbon. So that's why 2,2 dimethyl hexane is the name of this example, second example. See the third concept in this rule is if there are more than one side chains or different subchains are there, they should be arranged in alphabetical order. We know that bromo is there and methyl is there. In methyl and bromo, bromo will come first in the alphabetical order. After that, methyl will come. That is the alphabetical order we have to maintain. However, the prefixes di, tri, etc. are there. That should not be considered as alphabetical order, and any other are there hyphenated. So some we will put hyphenated like N hyphen, secondary hyphen, tertiary hyphen, etc. will write. They should be ignored while arranging the side chains. So these side chains when you are arranging, these all secondary, tertiary should be ignored. And but prefixes like cyclo, iso, neo should not be ignored. So cyclo, iso, neo, these are there. They should not get ignored in this. We have an example here. This example number 3. 3-bromo 2-methyl hexane is there. 3-bromo 2-methyl hexane is there. In this also we have taken the numbering from right to left only and got the 3-bromo 2-methyl. In this bromine got priority in the alphabetical order. So which was explained in this point. Okay. So what you learned is the methyl is attached to the carbon number 2 and the bromine atom to carbon number 3. Since bromine comes first in the alphabetical order, the exact name is 3-bromo 2-methyl hexane. What is the name of the compound is 3-bromo 2-methyl hexane and not 2-methyl 3-bromo hexane. Thus, the substances are written in alphabetical order. So we have written substance in the alphabetical order. We will see next one. next rule is telling that if identical alkyl groups are at equal distance, the both ends, the chain is numbered from end where they are in a number that we will see. See, in more side chain substituents, for example, we have an example here. You can see now this example, right? Or equal distances. Equal distances are there. The chain is numbered from end where there are more side chains. So here there are two side chains are there. Here we have only one side chain is there. So more side chains are there. That side we have to start giving numbering. That is the meaning of this one. Okay. So you see here numbering from left to right given. Why? The reason is nothing but the more side chains are there or substituents are there. The name of this compound, that's why 2,3,6 trimethyl heptane, not 2,5,6 trimethyl heptane. For example, if you give numbering like this, then what will happen? The second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one. So from right to left, if you give the numbering, that is wrong. Left to right, if you give numbering, that is right as per this rule. So example to example, that rule should be understandable. And moving on to another example, we have F in this. If a different alkyl groups are in equal positions with respect to the ends of the chain, in the above example we have alkyl groups, all are methyl groups, there is no problem. But here in this, again we have to think about alphabetical order, and the different alkyl groups are equal position with respect to the ends of the carbon chain. The chain is numbered from the end, which gives smaller number to the alkyl substituents. Means methyl is there, ethyl is there. In methyl and ethyl, what is the smaller number of alkyl substituent? Very clearly chain number from the end, which gives smaller number to smaller alkyl substituents. So methyl is the smaller alkyl substituent. That's why we have to start giving importance to methyl, not ethyl. So that's why numbering should be given from right to left. That is correct, not left to right. So left to right, we should not give the numbering in this case. Okay. So that's why the name of this compound, example number 5, is 5-ethyl 3-methyl heptane. This is the name of the compound. And one more most important point, commonly many will usually neglect that, but this is most important. A hyphen is always put between the numeral and the side chain substituent name. See, side chain substituent is ethyl, and that is present on the fifth group, fifth carbon, means 5 and ethyl. Between 5 and ethyl, there should be hyphen is said to be arranged. Then that is the correct important IUPAC nomenclature. Moving on to the next one. Third important rule, with examples also we'll see in this. What is the third important rule? This third important rule is telling a most important rule, I can say, that is the lowest sum rule. That rule is called as lowest sum rule. What this lowest sum rule is telling? The longest chain selected is numbered from that end, which keeps some of the numbers used. It indicates positions of the side chain substituents as functional groups as small as possible. So we will keep on putting the numbers and before the substituent names, that number total should be small. In such a way, you have to give the numbering to the longest carbon chain, calling as parent chain. Okay, that is the meaning of it. We have an example is there. in this example, we can easily understand lowest sum rule. See, in this example, if you write 236, 256, a quite different thing here. It is 256. If you write 2 plus 5 plus 6 is 11. 2 plus 3 plus 6 is 11. 2, 5, 6 is 13. But 2 plus 3 plus 6 is what? It gives lowest number, lowest sum of the rule. So that's why we got, this is the answer. 2, 5, 6 trimethyl heptane is the answer in that example number 4. Let us see one more example. Similarly, we have another example is there. In this example, the correct name is 2,4,4, 2,4,4 trimethylhexane, and not 3,3,5 trimethylhexane, as the sum of the first set of numbers is 10 and the second set of numbers is 11. So you can check it off. If you have any doubt is there, this is second carbon, this is fourth carbon. The same carbon we have methyl groups are there. So the total here shown is, when you are putting the number from right to left, the total is 2 plus 4 plus 4, that is 10, that is correct. But left to right numbering, if you observe, the carbon numbers 5, 3 like this is there. So it is 3 plus 3 plus 5 is equals to, we got 11. So this is not correct. So which is the lowest sum is 10 is the lowest sum. That's why this is the right answer for that name of the compound. So this is one most important thing we have observed in this nomenclature. Lowest sum rule is always most important rule in this nomenclature. Okay, let us move to the next one. Hope you understand lowest sum rule. Okay, let us see the next one. Lowest number of the largest chain containing functional group. See, this is also most important rule which was introduced by UPSC. Why? Because a functional group is there containing carbon. Some of the functional groups are not containing carbon, but functional group contains carbon, like alkenes, alkanes, alkynes, like that. When a compound has a functional group including multiple bond and one or more side chains, the lowest number should be given to the functional group even if it is violates lowest sum rule. See, lowest sum rule can be violated in a case where a functional group is present, like double bond or triple bond is present in the carbon chain along with the substituent chains or side chains. See, here we have carbon-carbon double bond is there. Here chlorine substituent is there. Chlorine substituent is there. What will happen in this one is nothing but the name of the compound. What is the name of the compound? Here given is 4-chlorobutadiene. 4-chlorobutadiene. But if you write the numbering from left to right only, it came 4 plus 1 is equals to 5. If you write the numbering from right to left, okay, then it will be chlorine attached carbon will be first carbon, is first one, second one, third one, fourth one. Also, what will happen in this case? If you think it is 1 plus 3, then 1 plus 3 is 4. But this is correct as per the lowest sum rule. But we are violating this rule, as the function group present in the carbon chain should get most priority as per this fourth rule. IUPAC nomenclature fourth rule is modified according to such examples. So we can Hence, we can violate lowest sum rule if the case is a function group along with the substituents are there, we can violate that rule. But always it cannot be violated. It can be violated on particular case. Example, we have another example is there. A chain is numbered from left side as to give lowest number to the double bond. Here one more example like that is there. We can examine it very clearly. So when we saw this one, here the numbering is given from left side here. Fourth carbon methyl is there, second carbon ene is there. So 2 plus 4 is how much? That is 6. When the numbering is given from left to right. Left to right. If the numbering is given from right to left, then methyl carbon will get second number, 2, 3, 4, and double bond carbon will get third number. So 2 plus 3 is equals to 5. As per the lowest sum rule, this is correct. The second case is correct. But function group is there. Because of the function group carbon priority, we are going with this 2 plus 4 is equal to 6. That direction only opted as the correct one in this discussion. Okay. Hope you understand lowest sum rule, how it can be violated in particular cases. Next example. One more example we will see 4,5 dimethylhexane 3-vol is there here. Ninth example we have. In this example, we are very keen on that. The functional group attached carbon is on the third carbon, that is, and if you are giving numbering from right to left only, that is correct. And 4 plus 5 plus 3 is nothing but 12. This is the total number. And irrespective of the total number, we can go along with the function group location carbon should get highest priority with lowest number. Okay. So that is the important point in this we have discussed. Another example, we will see in example number 10. In this 10th example, functional group is there, ketone functional group is there. That carbon is got second number priority from left to right. The numbering is given. And fourth carbon has got methyl group. That's why 4-methyl pentane 2-one. Always ketone is a intermediate functional group in the carbon chain. Means ketone won't come in the terminal positions of the carbon chain because it is not a terminal functional group. So that's why we have 4-methyl pentane 2-one came. This is the right answer for this name of this compound. Another functional group we will see description. If the functional group such as aldehyde is there, carboxylic acid is there. Aldehyde, carboxylic acid, amines, esters, nitriles and acid chlorides are present in the molecule. Numbering of the parent chain in such cases must start from the carbon of the functional group carbon and the number 1 given to the carbon atom of the above functional groups. Means these functional groups contains carbons, and while giving the numbering, we have to give importance to that carbon in the functional group. So that number should get lowest number. Okay. Let us see such examples. In this example, number 11, we have a carbon is there in the functional group, that is CHO. That carbon got priority. We started giving numbering from that carbon only. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that given. Okay. If you give numbering any direction, you will get the same. Why? Because we have taken, this is the direction of giving the numbering, because whatever the methyl group is, the second carbon is there, that second carbon, which direction if you select, it will give the same kind of substance. If you go in this direction also, for example, if you go in this direction, definitely answer is same. Okay. So what is the answer for this? What is the answer for this one? Nothing but in this we have first carbon is in the function group is there, and second carbon we have methyl. On the same second carbon we have ethyl is there. We have followed alphabetical order. So 2-ethyl, 2-methyl butanol is the name of the compound which was given to this example. Let us move on to the another example we have, number 12. In this example number 12, we have the function group, carboxylic function group is there here. So in this carboxylic function group, carbon get lowest number, priority, highest priority. So in this, after giving the numbering on the second carbon, we have two methyl groups are present. Here one methyl group, here one methyl group is present. That's why name of the given compound is given as 2,2 dimethyl propanoic acid. So what is the exact name of the compound here is 2,2 dimethyl propanoic acid. Let us see example number 13. We have amide function group is there in the carbon chain. So that carbon got highest priority. So 1, 2, 3. So from right to left we are given numbering. On the third carbon we have methyl group is there. That is why got is a 3-methyl pentanamide. As amide is the name of the function group. Pentane. Pent is the word root, and N is the primary prefix. After that, methyl primary, whatever the prefix, and N is the primary suffix. Numbering given before that methyl. So 3-methyl pentanamide. Pentanamide is the name of the compound which was cleared in this example number 3. Let us see the next rule. Rule number 5. So it's the most important rule is also polyfunction group compounds are there. For longest chain containing 2 or more different function groups are there, polyfunction groups. When a compound contains 2 or more different function groups, one of the function group is chosen as the principal function group. Means depending on the priority of the function groups, we have to go with this rule, and we have to give numbering, and we have to give name to the compound. So the other function groups will be considered as secondary function groups only. One should be primary function group. The other function groups all should be considered as secondary function groups or secondary priority or substituents. Okay. So when 2 or more function groups are present in a compound, principal function group is chosen which has highest priority. Means from that we will give numbering, carbon group, carbon chain numbering. So function groups are arranged in order to decreasing priority as below. See, when we have sulfonic acids are there in a carbon chain along with carboxylic acids. Sulfonic acids are most important. After carboxylic acids, then after acid anhydrides, esters, acid chlorides, amides, nitriles, aldehydes, ketones, alcohols, amines, alkenes, alkynes, halo, nitro, alkoxy, alkyne. See, this has to be followed compulsory in the IUPAC nomenclature. When the risk is there means when the compound given to us contains more function groups. For example, aldehyde is there, carboxylic acid is there. We will go with the carboxylic acid importance only in the carbon chain. So let us see an example for that. See the table form also in that list we have hydroxy, carboxy. See these are the names as we have already shown to you. Alkoxy, keto, carboxy, formyl is the aldehydes and secondary function group. If aldehyde is secondary, then that is the case. We are not giving sulfonic. Why? Because that is the highest priority function group. COCl is there, chloroformyl. NHR is there, N-alkyl amino. Yeah, the things. CN is called as cyano only. Okay. Now you can see some examples after these rules for this particular function group related rule examples. In this we have OH function group is there and also ketone function group is there. So when you check with the priority order, where ketone is there, where alcohol is there. Okay, let us come back to the example. In this, the prefix is methoxy, word root is eth, and primary suffix is en, secondary suffix is ol. The name of the compound given here is 2-methoxyethanol. 2-methoxyethanol. Because when we call this is methoxy, alkoxy OR, the alkoxy in the list arrangement is in the last priority than alcohols. So alcohols got highest priority than alkoxy, means we have to think about such examples to solve this one. So we have now we have understand in this example what is the right answer for this name 2-methoxyethanol. This is correct answer. Next one. Second example we will see. In the second example, we have OH is there, function group, 2 OHs are there. So such things we call diols. So the name of the compound is very clear about it. This is 2,3 dimethyl butane 2,3 diol. On the second carbon, third carbon only, both the functional groups as well as substituents all attached. That's why its name became like this. In this name, what is a di? Numerical prefix is di, and this is di, and the prefix is methyl, and after that we got word root is but. Then after primary suffix is en came. As the numerical whatever suffix is coming, that time there is no need to remove the e from the primary suffix we have. So we have not removed e from the en, or the secondary suffix would. So see, in this way, a very good example which was given to understand what is the function group related carbon chain examples. So some other examples we can see. Next example. So in the example number 3, see, word root, hex, primary suffix in, secondary suffix is on given. Why? Because the ketone function group is important than the double bond. So that's why the name of the compound here given is hex 4 in 2 1. Hex 4 in 2 1 is the name of the compound given. See the fourth example. In this fourth example, we have carboxylic acid is there along with alcohol is there. That time alcohol has became prefix hydroxy. So alcohol is not important when carboxylic acid is present in the carbon chain. So alcohol carboxylic acid carbon is first carbon. After that remaining carbons, alcohol of carbon became third carbon. So 3-hydroxypropanoic acid is the name of this compound. See the example number 5. Fifth example here. In this example number 5, we have very interesting thing is there, that is double bond is there, triple bond is there, along with alcohol is there. So, irrespective of the number of double bonds or triple bonds, if one double bond, one triple bond is there along with alcohol is there, means alcohol attached carbon is an important one for us. So, this alcohol attached carbon is getting less number, priority is more when you put the number from left to right. So we have almost 1, 2, 3 methyl groups are there. On second one, third, second one 2 times, and seventh one time, and the sixth carbon we have ene is there, and the fourth carbon we have ine is there. That's the name of the compound became 2,2,7 trimethyl oct 6 ene 4 ine 3 whole. This is the name of the compound for the example number 5. Let us see the next example number 6. We will see example number 6 here. In this example number 6, we have triple bond is there, alcohol is there, carboxylic acid. We can see there are multi-functional groups are there, 3 functional groups are there. Alkyl functional group is there, alcohol functional group is there, carboxylic acid is there. So carboxylic acid carbon is the first carbon, alcohol carbon is the second carbon in this case. Okay, so you can easily expect what is going to happen in this case. In this 2-hydroxybute 3-ionic acid is the name which we have given. The reason is nothing but on the third carbon ine is there, means triple bond is there. On the second carbon we have OH is there. So that's why 2-hydroxybute 3-ine-oic acid. In after writing ine, the E also we are removing and writing ionic acid. And seventh example, if you see, alcohol is there and amine is there. So in this, amine is there in the second one. So 2-amino-bute. Third carbon we have double bond is there. 3-ene 1-ol. So 2-amino-bute 3-ene 1-ol is the answer for this example. Now we will see example number 6. In this example, alcohol is there, double bond is there. Very easy compared to the previous one. As you observed, proper 2-ene 1-ol is the name given, as the alcohol carbon is the first carbon and double bond carbon is second carbon. So 2-ene 1-ol is the name of the compound. Moving on to the another important rule, IUPAC's rule, that is sixth one. Is the chain of the carbon atom selected as the branched chain also contains multiple bonds and functional groups. Such branched chain is separately membered. This is done in such a way that the carbon of the branched chain which is attached to parent chain assign number 1. And also name of such branched chains are written in brackets also. So this is little more complicated than the previous one. So to understand this one, we can see a carbon chain. For example, if you take this carbon chain, we have a side chain is there. In this side chain, separately, they have given the numbering. See here, side chain separate nomenclature. But main chain is there. For side chain also separate nomenclature is writing in the parenthesis. That is 4-hydroxy. Actually on the fourth carbon we have OH is there here. On third carbon we have the side chain is there. The side chain name is given as 2-hydroxyethyl. 2-hydroxyethyl means this is CH2OH is there. This side chain is got separate nomenclature. Okay, that's why it has got importance in this discussion. This example is most important. The name of the compound which was given in this example is 4-hydroxy 3. On third carbon, this 2-hydroxyethyl side chain is there. It is a pentanoic acid. In this rule, we have one more. Select the chain of the carbon atoms that includes maximum number of functional groups. One more. Functional groups more are there. More than 2 are there. Here 3 OH groups are there. In this example, we have 1, 2, 3. Propane triol we called. Propane 1, 2, 3. Triol also we told. So the reason is nothing but we have to select in such a way for this more multiple. Yeah. Let us see the second B example, that is pent 4 in 2 on. Pent 4 in 2 on. This was here given like this because select the chain of the carbon includes maximum number of functional groups. So when you select the functional group carbon chain, that should contain more functional groups if more multifunctional group compound is given to us. Here we have a ketone functional group is there, alkane functional group is there. So when both are there means this carbon chain in the straight chain which was selected as the right one, and carboxylic acid ene is there, butyroenic acid, enoic acid is a 2-butanoic acid, like that. And one more example D, if you observe in this D example, we have carboxylic acid is there, alcohol is there, both are there. 3-hydroxy-butanoic acid is the name which was given to it. So in that way, there is an interesting aspect which is introduced. Okay. So this is about rule number 6. Let us move to the next one. And the rule number 6, we have one more example. E is there in this example. We have how many functional groups are there? OH is there, CHO is there. Both are there. OH and CHO both are there in this molecule. The called OH carbon is third carbon and CHO carbon first carbon. The name of the compound which was given is 3-hydroxy 2-methyl butanol. Okay, that is the name of the compound which was given to it. Number F. So F, for example, if you check it in this we have methyl alcohol functional group is there, ene is there. So on fourth carbon methyl group is there. So 4-methyl pent 2-ene 1-ol is the name of the compound which was suggested. And next, if you see G example, in the G example, we have a carbon chain is there. On the second carbon OH is the third carbon ol is there. From right to left, we are given the numbering to make the OH attached carbon highest priority. So 3-chlorobutane 2-ol is the name of this compound which was given. Next, example H. If you check it in this, we have amine functional group is there, carboxylic acid functional group both are there. In this carboxylic acid carbon got highest priority. So first one is the carboxylic acid, second one is amine. So 2-amino pentanoic acid. 2-amino pentanoic acid is the name of this compound given. So these are the examples, additional examples. Moving on to the next one. So in this way, in this multifunctional examples which were discussed. So dear friends, students, whatever I discussed till now is nothing but the IUPAC nomenclature part 1. In the upcoming lecture, I'd like to come and continue this one with the part 2 of some additional examples, bicyclic compounds and other additional examples of this IUPAC nomenclature in this chapter. Okay. Thank you very much for watching my video. Thank you.